Hi, thanks for joining me. I'm Melanie from Lotus. We're here for our intermediate Ashtanga class. Remember, it's a strong practice, so not particularly great for beginners. We try to go through the full primary as best we can. Of course, we do leave some postures out because we only have an hour. While Ashtanga doesn't always encourage the use of props, I strongly suggest you use the props if you need them. It can allow your body to find ease, and that way you work towards building strength as well. So, with all that said, let's bring ourselves up to the front of our mat into Samastiti. Set your foundation, which is your feet, for all the standing postures. Seal your hands at heart center in Anjali Mudra. And just pause for a moment, perhaps setting an intention for your practice today, whether it's to practice loving kindness to yourself or mindfulness of your breath, whatever sits with you right now. Remember the importance of the breath and the drishti within the practice. Surya namaskar A. Inhale, arms engaged. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Long, full deep breaths. Remember your options. If you're feeling dizzy at all, perhaps you should go down onto your knees into child's pose, supporting your head on your fists if you've got any blood pressure issues at all. Otherwise, just take time, walk the downward dog out. If your back or hamstrings are bothering you, be sure to move your feet farther apart. Inhale, gaze and feet back to hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up. Exhale, samastiti. Inhale, arms and gaze. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back. Don't drop those heads. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Breathing. If your shoulders are tight, move your hands perhaps farther apart, even turning at the wrists slightly. Try to keep the foundation even on everything touching the ground. Make sure the hips are moving up and back. Awareness on Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Neck hangs free. Inhale, gaze and feet to hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up. Exhale, samastiti. Last time. Inhale, arms again. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, pull through upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Hopefully by now you're getting a sense of how you're feeling today. And hopefully you will honor that sensation of how you feel. The idea is to heal our bodies, so not pushing through pain, but finding that place where our body has ease, where we start to build our greatest strength. Inhale, gaze and feet to hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up, shoulders are soft. Exhale, samastiti. Surya namaskar B. Knees bend, inhale, arms and gaze. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, lower through chaturanga, elbows in close. Inhale, pull through upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot pivots, right foot comes forward. Front hip back, back thigh forward, gaze up. Exhale, come back down, don't drop those heads, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot pivots, left comes forward. Breathing in, weights even on the feet. Front knee above front heel. Exhale, back down. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Pause if you need to. Learning to be kind to ourselves is one of the most challenging and courageous things we can do. Remember, we want to be doing this until we're 150 years old. Keep your breath. The breath creates that safe heat that you're in charge of, building from the inside out. Inhale, gaze and feet to hands. Exhale, fold. Knees bend. Inhale, arms and gaze. Exhale, samastiti. Knees bend, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, lower through. Knees can come down in chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot pivots right forward, breathing in as you come up, breathing out as you go down. Watch those heads. Inhale, upward dog. Squeeze lightly the shoulder blades. Exhale, downward dog. Right pivots left forward. Inhale, come up. Weights even on the feet. Exhale, coming back down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Long, full, deep breaths. Make the adjustments you need. Listen to the rhythm of your breath. Your breath tells you your story. When the breath is calm, it's a sign that the mind is present within what you're doing. When the breath is a little choppy, it's often a sign your mind has drifted and wandered, and that means the risk of injury is much greater. Inhale, gaze and feet to hands. Exhale, fold, knees bend. Inhale, come up. Exhale, samasthiti. You're doing great. Last time, knees bend, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot pivots right forward, front hip back, back thigh forward, weights even on the feet. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, roll back. Right pivots left forward. Breathing in, take more than one breath if you need. Breathing out, coming down, don't hang your head. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, roll back. As you have a sense of how you're feeling today, really try to honor that as you move through the rest of the practice. Try to let go of the attachment of what it looks like and work from within. How does it feel? Getting to know yourself each time you practice. Inhale, gaze and feet to hands. Exhale, fold, knees bend. Inhale, arms engaged. Exhale, samasthiti. Padangusthasana, step or jump the feet, hip width apart, look up, inhale. Exhale, fold, grab your toes, pointer and middle fingers. Inhale, lift the hips, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bend the elbows, fold the body. If you're feeling back in hamstrings, move those legs farther apart. Weights even on the feet, big toe mound, little toe mound, center of each heel. Get those arches lifting. Draw out through the elbows. Feel the shoulders begin to open and release, and let your neck hang. Padahastasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine, straighten the arms. Exhale, slide the hands under the feet, fingers point to heels. Elbows bend, body folds. A retraction, a bending of the knees, getting the ribs to the thighs, and then a straightening of the legs will show you or help you find how far apart do you need your feet today. Keep your breath. Eyes are open. Inhale, straighten the arms, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, come up. Exhale, step out to the front of the mat, samasthiti. Utthita Trikonasana. Inhale, step out wide to the right. Turn the right foot out, the left foot in. Extend the arms. Right arm down, left up. Look up. Options being look straight ahead or down for the neck. Option for the arm is the shoulder hurts, put the hand on the hip or the arm on the low back. Lengthening top and bottom half of the body equally. Don't hang those heads. Build strength in the neck. Keep the neck in line with the spine. Inhale, come up. Same thing other side. So right foot in, left out, extend, and release. And again, your neck might be different on this side. Do you need to look up, straight ahead, or down? Big toe mound, little toe mound, center of the heel. Top and bottom half of the body connect at the core. So you're not sticking the bottom out in back bend position. Breathe. Eyes are open. Inhale, come up. Parivrita is revolved or rotated. So right foot points forward. Left foot's at an angle. Hips point straight ahead. Same direction as right foot. It's forward fold, so bend halfway. Move torso around the spine to the right. Left hand to the outside of the foot on a block. Right hand in the sacrum, out to the side, or fingers pointing to the ceiling. The hips are pointing straight ahead. They're not rotating up or forward. Breath is present, weight's even on the feet. Bring yourself up on an inhale, same thing other side. Exhale, left pointing forward, right's in, hips straight ahead. Fold forward, torso rotates around the spine to the left. Hips are even, so put your hands on your low back. Check it out, are they even height? Pointing straight ahead, lift that left arm or not. Do what you need. Keep your breathing. If you're wobbly, sometimes moving that front left foot out to the left helps. One more breath in, one more breath out. Inhale, come up, reset at the front of your mat, Samasthiti. Utthita Parsvaskanasana, step out wide to the right, turn the right foot, bend the right knee above heel. Right elbow to right thigh, left hand on hip, or left arm up. Right arm can leave the thigh, or right hand can be on the floor at the inside or outside of that right foot. Ooh, don't hang those heads, bring them up, keep breathing. Remember here, don't just strive for flexibility. It's so important to build your strength. Keep breathing. If we strive only for flexibility, the risk of injury is so much greater. Once we're hurt, we tend to stop our practice. Inhale, come up. Exhale, left foot out. Same option, so there's a straight line of energy from that right back heel all the way up through the fingers. Build strength in the neck, so quit hanging those 8-pound heads. Look up if you can. Keep your breath. Groin drops, pelvic floor lifts. In your mind's eye, visualize the hips being as even as you can get them. Inhale, come up. Parivrtta, again, revolved or rotated, right foot forward, left foot at slight angle. Press down and draw the right hip back as you start rotating torso around spine. You may bring the left shoulder to the outside of the right knee. Place your palms together, point your fingers, same direction as right foot. Right elbow points up and you look up, down or to the side. That left heel might lift and you might press back through the heel. Inhale, come up. Exhale, change sides. So remember, this is a rotation. You're not just bending forward. You're drawing that left hip back, drawing the lower right abdominals across. You might be more upright. Breathing, breathing. Front hip back, back thigh forward, hips are stable. Breath is strong. The palms press together to open the shoulders, to create stability in the shoulders. Keep your breath. Inhale, come up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Prasarita Padottanasana A. Step out wide to the right. Outside edges of the feet parallel, hands to the hips. Bend at the hip creases, fold forward. Place the hands on the floor. Send the hips up and back, so adjust your foundation, your feet. Start walking your hands back. Bend the elbows to right angles and put your head on the floor. You can always use the props, the blocks, whatever you need. The wrists are below the elbows. The elbows are in line with the shoulders. If your head's on the floor, move your feet closer together. A bending of the knees and a straightening of the legs allows you to figure out where your foundation, your feet should be. Straighten the arms, send the hips up and back. Place the hands on the hips. Come all the way up. Release the hands to the sides. Arms up, inhale. Hands back to hips, exhale. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bend at the hip creases. It's a forward fold. If halfway is enough, stay halfway. If you're dizzy at all or any blood pressure issues, the hands are on the hips. Send those hips up and back. Move the shoulders apart. Notice the weight on each foot. Big toe mound, little toe mound, center of the heels. Lift the arches. Try not to grip your toes. Come up with an inhale. Keep the neck in line with the spine. And exhale, release the arms. Arms lift, shoulder height, breathe in. Interlace your fingers behind your back, breathe out. So chest expander, if you would benefit from a strap, use the strap. It will create way more strength and movement in your shoulders. Start folding forward, so bend those knees, send the hips back. If you get halfway and that's enough, that's perfect. Otherwise, begin to straighten the legs, In a perfect world, the arms go to the floor, the head's on the floor, and you breathe. You're lightly squeezing the shoulder blades. Keep in mind what you're doing if you're building strength is perfect. Remember the importance of your breath, an hour of deep pranayama work. Letting the mind clear, the practice becomes like a meditation. The strength of the legs brings you up. Head is the last thing to come up. Arms lift. Release, hands to hips. Look up, inhale. Exhale, fold. So bend the knees, send the hips back. Pointer finger, middle fingers under the big toes. Thumb touches, elbows bend. So when you're halfway, it's like happy baby. Head drops, bottom lifts, elbows open. Breathe, move those shoulders apart. A slight retraction, bending of the knees to a straightening of the legs can help you deepen. Keep your neck relaxed. Breathing in, breathing out. Now straighten the arms, inhale. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, step back to the front of the mat. Reset in Samasthiti. Inhale, lift the arms, lift the gaze. Exhale, fold the body forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step back, lower through chaturanga. We're adding a vinyasa. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Hands come behind the back, palm to palm, or hold the elbows. Take the front foot, step it all the way around, backwards at a slight angle. Front hip back, back thigh forward, body folds halfway. If you can go all the way, go all the way. Imagine that you have a foam block between the inner upper thighs. Breath is present. Letting go of the attachment of what you think the practice should be, and trying the best you can to find contentment with what it is. Use your breathing. Remember, we're given the gifts of the breath to create change. Inhale, come up. Exhale, turn the feet. Same thing, other side. Keep in mind, this is your prep for balance. Halfway, have the stability through the hips, not swinging one higher than the other. Good. Front hip back, back thigh forward. Try not to grip your teeth or your toes. Slide the fingertips up to where the hairline and the neck meet, and let go of that strain in your neck. Inhale, come up. Exhale, step back to the front of the mat into Samasthiti. Moving into balance, so use the walls, use the straps, use what you need. Weight to the left foot, lift the right. So if you can fold fully forward, that's what you should do. If you need to hold the back of the thigh, that's what you should do. Keep your breathing. Shoulders are down, breath is strong. In Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Inhale, bring yourself up. Exhale, take the leg out to the side. If it's a day that balance allows, look to the opposite direction. Are your hips even? Are your shoulders even? Don't thrust that hip out to the side. Rise up. Breathe. Use the power of the breath and the drishti. Bring it back to the center. Fold forward as you exhale. Inhale, come up. Exhale, extend that leg, point the toes. Are the hips even? Are you connected top and bottom half? Don't lean back. Is your neck in line with your spine? Use your hands to know where you are in space. Flex the foot, release it, walk it out. Weight goes to the right, lift the left. Same options on this side as on the other side. Remember that gift of 5 breaths. If you feel that retraction, the bending of the knee, and the straightening of the leg will deepen it. If the knee is fully bent and you're always holding your foot, let go of that attachment you have to your foot and hold your ankle instead for a few breaths. Inhale, bring yourself up. Move the hip in the socket. It's ball and socket. Let it move that way. Drop your shoulders. Rise up out of that right leg. Drop that left hip. Open the shoulders. Find your breath. Back to the center as you breathe in. Folding forward. Exhale. Coming back up. Inhale. Extend the leg. Point the toes. Breathe. Smile. Watch those chins. Don't thrust them forward. Your mind's going to say, I need to stop. but you don't. Retract and then straighten again. Good, flex, release, walk it out. Left foot is on the floor, right foot comes up into half lotus. Reach around, grab the right foot with the right hand and fold forward. Option being, right ankle on left knee, sending those hips back. Keep in mind, half lotus is about working through the hips. If you're folding and you're not fully in half lotus, maybe you need to let go of that attachment to getting your hand to the floor. Are your shoulders even? You can always put a block under the hand as well. Let the head go. Knees move towards each other. Inhale, come up, pause, exhale. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, release, walk it out. Weight to the right. Left foot comes up into half lotus. Fold forward. Follow your breath. Remember your options. If you need to put the ankle on the knee, that's what you should do. Keep your breath strong. Keep your mind clear. Be present in what you're doing. Don't do what I say. Do what feels right. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, samasthiti. Adding a vinyasa. Inhale, arms and gaze. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, lower through chaturanga, elbows in, don't drop the heads. Inhale, upward dog, open the chest at your back bend. Exhale, downward dog. Utkatasana, bring the feet between the hands, bend the knees, lift the arms, lift the gaze, drop the shoulders. Options being arms lower, knees and feet apart if the back and hamstrings are hurting. You have the natural curve of your spine. If the hands are apart to build more shoulder stability, turn the pinky fingers slightly and drop the shoulders. Get those muscles working. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, step back, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Virabhadrasana A, left foot pivots, right foot comes forward. Coming all the way up, the hips are pointing straight ahead as even as you can get them. Ribs drop, not a back bend. You can add a back bend in Virabhadrasana, but not today. Move those shoulders apart. You're creating shoulder stability for all that's to come. Front and back, back thigh forward, unclench your teeth and toes, weight even on the feet. Straighten the right leg, pivot your feet, exhale down to the other side. So reset your foundation, your feet. Then center the hips. If you need to reset the feet to center the hips, do that. Neck is long, ribs are not dropping, breath is present. Use the power of the drishti, your eyes, roll them up. Now open to be, the arms are parallel to the floor. Your gaze is to your left hand. The hips point forward. The bottom's not sticking out. The breath is present. Draw your legs together. Rise up the spine. If you're lunging, maybe you need to widen your stance. Unclench your toes. Straighten the leg. Turn the feet. Right knee bends. Head turns to the right. Breath is present. Weights even on the feet. Lift the arches. Unclench your toes. Transitioning through chaturanga without hanging the head. Pull the body through to your back bend. Exhale, roll back. Coming to seated, however you can. Legs out, hands down. Dandasana. Sit up on the blocks or blankets if that would benefit by lifting the hips to tilt the pelvis. Sternum lifts, chin drops, breath is present. Toes are spread. The foundation is no longer your feet, but I suggest you strongly use your feet. Inhale, lift your head, lengthen the spine. Exhale, Paschimottanasana. Grab your toes, bend the elbows, fold the body. If you get a deeper forward fold by bending the knees to create that rib-thigh connection and bending at the hip crease, that's what you should do. Use your straps if you need them. There's a definite relationship to how you hold your feet or strap and what you're doing with your shoulders. Use your breathing. Use your breath. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, change the grip. Grab the outsides of the toes, press the big toes away, bend the elbows. Again, you can reset by retracting, bending, and then walk the bottom back. Use your breath. Neck is long, the natural curve of your neck. So while the drishti might be to the toes, it's not by cranking the neck, it's by rolling the eyeballs in their sockets. Inhale, lengthen the spine, shoulders down. There should be as much work as coming forward. Exhale, release. Your option is to cross and spark or move through the vinyasa. Chaturanga is the exhale. Upward dog, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, sit down. Urdhva incline planar crab. Lean way back. Bend the knees, heels below the knees, lifting. Option, legs slightly bent, heels on the floor. Lift up, toes point, come into the pose. Head doesn't drop if the hips aren't lifted. Keep in mind the foundation is the feet and the hands. Use your breathing. Good, lower down. Cross, either spark or vinyasa. Be mindful about your necks. Keep your breath. Don't do a vinyasa simply for the purpose of doing it. Actually understand why you're doing it. Left leg is straight. Right foot is in half lotus. Grab the foot with the hand. Lean forward. Left hand grabs left foot. Option being left knee bends, right ankle on left knee. Being here. If you can't reach around and grab the foot, use a strap around the foot. If your hand doesn't reach the left foot, put the hand on the floor. You want your hips pointing straight ahead and tying the knees together and the weight even on everything. Don't shift all your weight to the left side. Inhale, come up, squeeze the knees towards each other. Exhale, release, spark, and switch sides. Right leg straight, left in half lotus. It's a forward fold, so if you need to sit up on the blocks or blankets, know that you can. Shoulders are down. That heel goes into that area just below the navel, so Uddiyana Bandha. The core, the hara, the center. Feel the power from the inside out. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Shoulders are ahead, pointing forward, hips are pointing forward. Exhale, release. Spark, or if you like, move through the vinyasa. Again, why are you doing the vinyasa if it's causing you shoulder and wrist pain? Good question, right? Left leg is straight, right foot tucks back, roll the calf out. Weight should be relatively even on both glutes. So if it's not, put a prop under that left side. Knees are side by side in a perfect whirl. Toes are on the floor. Left toe mound presses forward, left hip draws back. Right knee moves forward and in. So many actions to consider. At the same time, you keep your mind clear and think of nothing. Keep your breath. Remember, your breath is telling you a story. It's your job to listen. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Spark. You pull the hips up and back. Other side, right leg straight, left goes under. Prop if you need, so you need to move it to the right side. Right toe mound forward, right hip back. Knees move towards each other. Breathing. Breathing. Shoulders move out of the ears. Breath is strong. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Vinyasa or not. You know you. Do what you need to do. Moving into Jana Shishasana A, left leg straight, right foot against the left inner thigh, or if you can continue to keep the hips pointing forward, turn the right foot out and move the knee out. It's left hip back, a tiny twist from the low back area. Hands to the floor, to the foot, holding a strap, whatever works for you. If you get a deeper forward fold by allowing the knee to bend, do that. Remember, the idea is to create transformation, change in the body, in the state of mind, and our habits. And that can be hard for people. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Spark. And switch sides. Right straight. Where should that left foot be? Are your hips pointing straight ahead, torso slightly around the spine? Reach what you can reach. And the reason we call it a practice is because we do it over and over again, knowing that, it changes every time we do it. It's not the same. And some of that practice is the practice of letting go. Where are those shoulders? Is the neck long? Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Vinyasa if you like. Keep your breath. Is the weight even on both hands when you vinyasa? With coming down, the left leg is straight. You slide the right heel underneath. Then right knee opens to about 85 degrees. So you need to draw that left hip back to feel that slight twist. You press into the right foot, but you lift up through Mula Bandha to create some lightness. If all the weight of your body is on your left hamstring, the risk of injury is great. So keep the weight even on everything on the ground. Follow the rhythm of your breath. Listen to your story. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. And you probably find that your breath is different from posture to posture depending on the level of difficulty it is within your body. Or side to side, even right hip back. Breathe here. Know how you use your feet. Know how your shoulders are. If you're looking down, visualize your mat being a mirror. Would you see your hips even? Would you see your shoulders even? Would you see your natural curve of your neck? Use your breath. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Vinyasa. Keep breathing. Upward dog. Downward dog. Sitting down. Jana Shishasana C. Left leg is straight. Right toes tuck under. All 5 of them roll to the floor. It is a forward fold, so lift those hips if you need to. If this right knee is dangling in the air, you may want to support it so that it's not going to be injured. Shoulders drop. Option being left knee bends, right ankle on left knee, hold the right toes with the right hand and draw those toes back. Remember, when you're modifying a posture, the idea is to modify it getting the same benefits as the posture itself brings. And many of us avoid that toe torture simply because it's hard and it hurts sometimes. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, release. But remember the importance of our feet. They hold us up and affect our balance all our lives. And as we age, balance and stability is something that we want to hold on to. Same option as before. You can bend that right knee, put the left ankle on the right knee if you like. Keep your breathing. If it feels easy, challenge yourself. If it feels hard, great. If it feels painful, maybe your challenge is to know how to back off or when to back off. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Vinyasa. Keep your breath. Every movement has a breath. Coming down to Marici asana C. So all 4 of the Marici asanas are about hips and shoulders. Left leg is straight, right knee bends. You're bringing your right shoulder to the inside of the right knee, right arm around the right leg, left hand behind the back. Use a strap if you need. The idea is that, yes, it's a forward fold, so bend that left knee if you need to. Drop the shoulders, neck in line with the spine. If you can go farther forward and drop the head down, by all means. But think, are your hips stable? Now, the weight probably is not even on both glutes, but it is as even as you can from side to side using what's on the ground. Now, come up from the base of the spine. Are your shoulders even? Release. Spark. Alternate which leg's in front when you spark. Left shoulder to the inside of the left. Walk that left foot out if you need to. Turn the foot out to the side if you like. Bring the hands behind. Right toe mound forward, right hip back, left shoulder back, right shoulder forward. Don't be afraid of giving yourself wiggles in the 5 breaths. Allowing the body to move is how we create change. You find what feels right, you breathe, and you let go. All those thoughts drift by. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Vinyasa, if you're doing the vinyasas, keep your breath. And part of letting go is beating yourself up for not doing the vinyasas. Does it really matter if you do all 6 million of them? Left foot is in half lotus, right foot comes to the floor. Left knee is on the ground, right arm around the right leg, left hand behind the back. Head to the floor. Option being, left foot behind the right if you're not able to do half lotus. You can't put your head down, either keep your neck in line with the spine, or if you need support, put a block or something under the head. Keep breathing. Is the weight even on both feet, both legs? How do you use your body? Inhale, come up, that split second pause, or the shoulders even. Release, spark, change sides. Right foot half lotus, left foot to the floor. Same option as before, put the right foot behind the left if you like. As you bring that left arm around, draw the left shoulder back. It is a forward fold, so the foot won't be right up against the knee. The head goes to the floor. The shoulders draw down, the breath is present. You may find that jaw and Dharabandha, the chin lock, is present. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, release, vinyasa. Keep your breath. Upward dog, downward dog, sitting down, moving to C. Left leg is straight, right knee bends, left arm around right leg, twisting to the right. Some of you may get that left arm all the way around the right shin. How far around does the torso move around the spine? Don't lean back. Keep your breath. Adjust your foundation if you need to. Chin's parallel to the floor. Back to the center, spark. Other side, right leg straight, left bend. Don't assume your twist will be the same from side to side. Don't lean back on that left arm. Sit up nice and tall. Torso rotates around spine. Breathing, breathing. Back to the center. Vinyasa. Watch those heads. Moving into D. When you're in upward dog, don't let those heels roll out. I'm watching you. Left foot in half lotus, right foot to the floor, left arm around right, right hand behind, twisting. Option being, if you can't do half lotus, put that left foot down behind the right and twist. Get the weight even on everything on the ground. So although it's the side of one leg and the foot of the other leg, is the weight even. Back to the center and spark. Switch sides, right foot half lotus, left foot to the ground. This time you're twisting left. You want your left foot right up against your right shin if possible. Keep the breathing. The weight is not even on the glutes, but how can you even out this uneven movement? Are your shoulders even? Keep your breath. Back to the center, vinyasa. Chaturanga is the exhale. Upward dog, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Inhale, sit down. Exhale, navasana. Remember the options of bent knees. Where are your arms and why are they there? Don't sit on the blocks here. You can use the blankets though if it's tailbone that's bothering you. If you feel your low back, maybe your boat is sinking. Spark, pull back, and lift. We tend to think Ashtanga is all about push. There are a lot of pulls in Ashtanga if you do it properly. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. And again, spark, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Think foundationally, what is your foundation? Rise up out of it. Don't sink into it. You can have your knees and feet apart. Your neck is long and smooth. Your breath, what's the story it's telling you? Good. Spark, vinyasa. If you're not doing a vinyasa, go to downward dog. Jump the feet around the hands and move into Bhuja Padasana. Halfway is perfect. You can always walk the feet in, cross the ankles, and lift the feet up. You know you, and if you don't, this is a good time to figure yourself out. Good, you slowly lower down without hurting yourself. You are welcome to vinyasa if you like. As you move into Krimasana, bend the knees. It helps if your heels are on a slidey floor. Pull the hips back, move forward. If this is enough, don't go any farther, arms between the legs. Otherwise, shift the weight on the glutes, bring the palms to the floor, and begin to straighten the legs. Press the big toes forward, keep the neck long. Keep your breath present. If there's pain, why are you doing it? Now coming to Supta Krimasana, you shift to weight to one glute, bring the arms around mid-back, shift to the other glute, walk your feet in, bring the arm around. Grab your hands, cross your ankles, and breathe here. Let your neck go. If there's strain, you are going to hurt yourself. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. This is a great time to move through a vinyasa if at all possible. Keep breathing. Inhale up. Exhale back. Sitting down, Garbha Pindasana, so lotus if you can, arms through. Otherwise, cross-legged is great. Rolling 5 to 9 times around clockwise. Keep your chin tipped down. Don't do the big loop-de-loops and don't do donkey kicks. Come up, lift. If you can do Upluti, great, or Kukutunasana. Lower down. Either move through your vinyasa or come into Baddha Konasana. Cobbler's pose. Again, it is a forward fold, so you may find that you would like to sit up on a block to lift the hips and tilt the pelvis. You grab your feet, you roll them over, elbows in close. Breathing, breathing. Keep the weight even on the glutes. Now round, chin draws towards chest, squeeze the air out of the lower abdominals, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Jalandhara Bandha engage. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, release. Upavishta Konasana, legs wide. Lift the hips, so sit up on those blocks or blankets. Hands can be to the floor. If you can grab your feet, grab your feet. Use your breathing. Don't let those legs be inactive. Don't just strive for flexibility. A micro bend in the knee, option being to bend the knees and be here, neck in line with the spine. Really know where you have strength. Inhale, lengthen the spine, draw the shoulders down. Exhale, release. If you are sitting on the block, slide it out. You can use a blanket. Legs come all the way up, shoulders drop. And again, if you're really flexible, often this is easy to do. Find a way to build some strength. If you're not flexible, hold the legs here. And believe me, being flexible shouldn't just be the dream, because as you become more flexible, it is much harder to do the work. Breathe in, breathe out, release, spark, move through a vinyasa. If you're not doing the vinyasa, come onto your back. The legs go over the head here. If you know you have neck or shoulder problems, simply lie on your back and extend the legs up in the air, or do legs up the wall. Otherwise, you roll over, the legs widen, the chin moves slightly away from the chest. In a perfect world, you want your hips above your shoulders. Breathing, toes are tucked. If you can reach and grab your feet while maintaining all the other actions, by all means, do that. The natural curve of your neck, so chin moves slightly away, hips lift higher. You inhale, come up, hesitate, exhale, fold. Breathe there. 2 or 3 breaths, then inhale up, exhale, release, and move through your vinyasa or come onto your back or Supta Padangusthasana. Left leg straight, right leg in the air, grab the toe with the right hand. Option being to use your strap. That right hip drops down, torso lifts up. If you don't feel the hips are even, then do the work. Press that left toe mound away and notice how much space between the floor and the hamstring. Are your shoulders even? Head comes down, hip is still ball and socket, move that right leg out to the right, turn your head to the left. Think, is the weight even on the shoulders, on the glutes? And from the left hip to the knee to the heel. Use your breathing. Try not to let the ribs thrust. Keep that natural curve of your spine. So connect top and bottom half right there at the core. Bring it back to the center on an inhale. Square the hips. Exhale, torso up. Inhale, torso down. Exhale, leg down, Supta Samastiti. Inhale, left leg up, right palm on the right thigh or on the floor. Exhale, torso up. Put this hand where you have your most strength and flexibility. Chin tips down, long neck. Are the hips even, or are you swinging that hip up in the air? Torso comes down, knee slightly bends, left leg to the left, right head turns to the right. If this right glute is not on the ground, you know that your foundation is not stable and the risk of injury is right here. Remember, the idea is to create transformation in your body, not just to hurt yourself. Bring it back to the center as you breathe in, square those hips. Breathe out. Are the shoulders even? Are the hips even? Torso comes down, leg comes down, knees into the chest. Rock up, do a vinyasa if you like, or leave it out. Just be on your back with your thighs and your chest. Now you're coming back down. You lie down, put the toes on the floor over the head, and rock up to a seated position. If you can hold the feet, that's what you do. Shoulders are drawing down over the ears. Drishti is up. Think, rise up out of that foundation. The legs, don't rotate them externally. Use your breathing. You can vinyasa here if you'd love to. Otherwise, fold the body in half. Breathing. Shoulders draw down. Release through a vinyasa, coming onto your back to move into the wheel or the hip lift, whatever your preference. It is a backbend, so don't put anything under your head. Bend the knees, have the heels below the knees, and lift up. Roll the shoulders under. If there's pain, you need to change it. If you're coming up through your ribs, change it. Back bends open the front body. They are stimulating postures. You need to use the strength of your legs and your glutes. Lower down, thighs up into the chest, rock it out, and come back up. Now, if you prefer going all the way up into the wheel, I suggest that that's what you do. Just be really mindful about why and how you're doing what you're doing. The natural curve of the neck, remember, if the chin and chest touch, chin moves away, hips lift. Last time, so you pause that reset. If you're coming into the wheel, come into the wheel. If you're coming into the hip lift, come into the hip lift. But know why you're doing what you're doing. Don't do it because I said. Let those heads hang in if you're in the full wheel. Coming down, move through a vinyasa or not, it's up to you. Come all the way up into Paschimottanasana, the seated forward fold. Release that back bend. Keep your breath. Again, if you get a deeper forward fold by starting with the knees bent to truly bend from the hip creases, do that. Create that shoulder stability for what's to come. Lengthen, release. Coming into Sarvanasana, your shoulders stand, or move through a vinyasa to get there. If your shoulders and neck are bothering you today, I strongly suggest leaving this out. And perhaps you just want to go onto the wall and do legs up the wall. Use your breathing. Try not to turn your head from side to side. Your hands, they can be in your low back, they can be in chest expander, or they can be gripping your mat. Keep that connection, that awareness to your breath. Now releasing to Halasana, your hips remain above your shoulders. You might need to bend the knees to get the toes to the floor. And then you can straighten the legs, pressing the tops of the feet to the floor. Again, if your breath is telling you the story of I can't breathe, you need to change it. Remember, your foundation is quite precarious now. Take care of your neck. Knees bend down on either side of the ears, breathing. Inside edges of the knees lightly press into the ears.
breathing. Coming back up into half shoulder stand to find Padmasana, which is lotus. If you're not able to do lotus, do cross-legged. Remember, it's so important to use the strength of your feet in lotus. If you know how to put your hands under your knees, then do that. Again, be mindful about your neck, be mindful about your breath. You want the natural curve of your neck. Keep breathing. The knees drop down into Pindasana. If you can bind the hands around the legs, by all means, otherwise keep your hands in the back. Again, be mindful of your neck, the natural curve, don't let it flatten out. Now you slowly release yourself down into Matsyasana, fish pose. Try to transition keeping your head on the floor. In Ashtanga, fish is done in lotus if possible. The knees go to the floor, you hold your feet, and you slide up. Option being to go into the variation that you would do perhaps in a hatha class where the legs are straight. If all the weight of your body is on your head, you should question why you're doing this. It is a back bend, you need the strength of your legs. Use your breathing. If you do know the extension, move into the extension. Otherwise, leave it out. Again, where there's pain, there's often ego, which means we need to change what we're doing to take care of ourselves. Release it, move through a vinyasa if you like, and your vinyasa takes you to Shirshasana, your headstand. This is not a day to learn a headstand. So if you do not have a headstand in your practice, stay in downward dog. It's an inversion. If you can do tripod, do tripod. You can also do dolphin pose. Use your breathing. Remember, what you do should benefit you. It shouldn't be for the sake of it's what you think it should be. Try to know what you need. When you come out of your inversion, come into child's pose. If you're dizzy at all, support your head on your fists. You can take your hands back to your feet. Your knees can be wider apart if you like. Keep breathing. From here, you can vinyasa, and we'll come into our last 3 closing poses. You sit cross-legged, half lotus or full lotus. If you are in full lotus, it's right and then left. Then it would be left hand grabs the left foot, right hand grabs the right foot, and the body fold. You can't grab your feet, grab your elbows. If you can't sit in lotus, cross-legged, half lotus, whatever you can sit in is fine. It is a forward fold. You're squeezing the out of the lower abdominals, and you're rekindling that internal flame. If your head doesn't touch the floor, put a block under it for more support. Remember, the props don't make things easier. They allow you to go deeper. Bring yourself back up. Extend the arms to the legs. Arms are straight, palms are up. Thumb and index finger touch. Sternum lifts, chin drops. Positive energy flows through the thumb and index fingers. Let go of what you don't need through the other 6. Jalandhara Bandha, the chin lock is engaged, and the eyes are open. Breath is present. Natural curve of your spine. Strong Ujjayi breath. Releasing to Utplutaki. Now, if you can't put your hands down, pull your bottom back and lift, I would encourage you to try using some blocks. Just make sure the blocks aren't on the slippery floor, that they partly rest on your mat. Press into the blocks, bend at the hip crease, soften the elbows, pull the hips up and back, and breathe. Use your feet, use your legs. 108 breaths. Well, do what you can. You can lower down and lift back up. Your mind will say stop, but you can do it. Good, lower down, slide your props out of the way, move through a vinyasa. Chaturanga is your exhalation without hanging those heads. Inhale, pull the body through. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, sit down and lie down. Take a long, deep breath in. A long, deep breath out. Give yourselves at least 5 or 6 deep breaths in and deep breaths out where you surrender the Ujjayi breath. Just notice the healing effects of the pranayama work you've done, the breath work you've done, and all the postures. What have they taught you about you? Allow the warmth of relaxation to move softly and gently within you. Lying in gratitude to yourself and to your body. You can stay in Shavasana longer, or you can bend the knees, let them rock a bit from side to side. Roll over onto one side. Pause here. Bring yourself back up to a seated position. Seal your hands back in Anjali Mudra at heart center, taking a long, deep, healing breath in, a long, deep, healing breath out. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. The light in me truly bows to the light in you. Namaste. Have a great day, and don't forget to drink lots of water. And I'll see you next time.